South Africa's labour landscape remains a cause for concern. The latest quarterly employment survey reflects that total employment in the non-agricultural sector fell 67,000 in the first quarter of the year. According to the survey published by Statistics South Africa, 74,000 jobs were lost between March 2023 and March 2024. The trade and community services industry experienced most employment losses, followed by business services and the mining industry, while the electrical sector had no change. Manufacturing added jobs as well as the transport and construction industry. Statistics South Africa's Matlapane Masupye is joining us for more. Good to have you, sir, and thank you very much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
Let's look at what you would call trade and community services industry that had the highest number of job losses. What type of jobs are we talking about there, and what could have been behind this sector precisely being the highest in terms of jobs lost?
Thank you so much for the invitation. Like you've indicated, job dropped by 67,000 quarter-on-quarter and 74,000 year-on-year. And the industries which leading the pack is trade, yes, with 57,000, followed by community services, business services with 4,000, and mining 3,000. Let's zoom at this trade industry with 57,000. Remember, we are coming from December, where normally trade will, especially retail trade, will hire more people to match the demand of the December quarter. Then come the January, or rather March quarter, then those people will be laid off. It will actually be all types of people. Remember, our survey talks about two types of employment, part-time or full-time. So such industry will appoint people on part-time basis or full-time basis for that duration, just to make up for the demand of the December quarter.
So is that a normal trend you're saying that you'd see during the December period, where a lot of casual workers would be brought in, that in the first quarter you normally see that particular decline?
Yes, we label trade industry as a seasonal industry, basically because of that. Because in December, yes, it will go up, and then the March quarter it will drop.
And let's look then at the other big one, 18,000 in the community service industry. What type of jobs are those?
Let me explain. Community services is driven mostly by, or consists mostly of your government department. That is your national, provincial, municipalities, extra budgetary, and universities and technicals. And normally their employment is stable. It is only, or the level is only driven by projects. Hence, this drop of 18,000 was due to EPW people, especially in two provinces, that is KwaZulu-Natal and Mpumalanga. And also the PYE, that is Presidential Youth Initiative project, where departments or other provinces appointed assistant teachers to help in schools. So those projects came to an end, hence you have this drop of 18,000.
Again, I suppose these numbers telling us that jobs will be created either in manufacturing or in the infrastructure spaces. Is that what you're reading as well?
Yeah, even if we showed a drop, there are industries which came with a positive, that is your manufacturing, as we've indicated. Because normally, also this part of manufacturing, that is the subsector of manufacturing, called manufacturing of food and tobacco. Normally, around this time of the quarter or the first quarter of each and every year, you have it employing people. Hence, this increase in number of employed.
Are companies now more reluctant to take on people on a full-time basis, and this across all industries?
It's difficult to tell, but when you look at this picture over time, it tells you that is basically the good news is we are now above the level of pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, we were sitting at 10,305,000, and now we are sitting at 10,766,000. So it is actually saying in all the industries, employment is, or rather, the level of employment is increasing over time.
Let's talk then about the salaries. Is this painting a bad picture for salaries? It looks like the salaries either would have dropped slightly, or maybe are not moving as in line with what we are seeing as far as the inflation is concerned.
No, yes. Also with the salaries, remember we're coming from the December quarter, and normally your December quarter is characterized by two additional part of salaries. That is your bonuses and overtime, apart from your normal basic salary. So when you compare the December quarter and the March quarter, we see that overall the earnings declined by 35.1 billion, and then this 35.1 billion, 27.6 is coming from bonuses, and then 779 million is coming from overtime, and only 6.7 is coming from 6.7 billion is coming from basic salaries. So it just shows that your earnings, that is your quarter, your March quarter earnings compared to the December quarter earnings, is little bit lower. All industries showed a drop except your business services, because in your business service, your big drivers, your banks and other financial institutions, they are paying their bonuses in the March quarter. That is why it is the only industry which is showing that increase. And if, yes, you were saying in terms of payments, are we at a better level? The only way to answer this is by looking at June 2018, we're sitting at 657.5 billion, and now we are sitting at 957.9 billion. So it shows that even if there are challenges, earnings overall has increased over time.
And of course, we're coming through a period where there was election campaigning. There is a degree of uncertainty on the formulation of government and so on and so forth. And companies would have been trading in that environment. Do you think that could have played any factor in how businesses would have performed and how they would have hired and paid salaries?
Unfortunately, currently we are reporting on information collected in the March quarter, whereas election actually happened now. It's going to be very interesting to see when we do the measurement of the June quarter, which picture we're going to project.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much for coming on. The Director of the Quarterly Employment Statistics at Statistics South Africa there, Matlapane Masupye, on the latest numbers.
So much.
All right, let's take a break. In Focus continues for you shortly.